How you think you gonna get my respect? How you a man that can't keep your own spirit in check? That's the difference from rookies and vets. I tend to focus on the game, they rather complain to the reps. But life not a game of scrimmage. You get both your legs broken thinking you standing on chef business. We talking truth, I'm the best witness. I'd rather die than be left in this world. Y'all wanna be left in it. Talking about the laws done away with it.
We see is pain, my people see the same. They locked us down in chains, we just praying for a change. They knocked us off the throne and stripped the earth of our names. My heritage I claim, I just pray they do the same. Cause if they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. If they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. You saved us from Egypt and Moses was a leader. Next 40 years, angel food is what you feed us. You passed me down the law mindset of a leader. I took a blood oath and promised my kids they'll keep it, so we celebrate the Passover, kill the firstborn. You played the land of Egypt, no mercy was shown. For agriculture, finance, the system was torn. When you drown them in the sea and left their city in mourning, now I'm mourning. And one the semblance of a sign, no we blind. Messiah put spitty clay in my eyes in times. They wondering which way is the God, so we die. Not knowing his always way to the light, which is Christ. So I fight different stereotypes, parasites. My life ain't work from paradise, real life. They think it's all a joke, Harlem Nights inside. They hate us cause we the Israelites. Cause if they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. If they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. Can't shake hands with you, or make grand justice. Came with the same spirit as my ancient ancestors. We rebuking in the gate, ain't sparing now, nigga. They looking for a sign like when Christ transfigured. But prophecy is a sign which reminds we as children. Cause even Moses' time still describe how we living. We stricken with the curse and got the body of Egypt. I'm lifting up her skirt, exposing these soul secrets. As they whitewash history, distorted the pericope. Troy, Doc, and Gruen, see the love between you and me. Put us at the low and then rewarded all lunacy. Wicked of the earth, and if not, then who it be? Damn, I need a moment, just let me grieve. Nigga spiritual about freedom, they'll never see. Damn, I need a moment, just let me grieve. Gotta be one speak twice, man, don't perceive. Rod star, trap star, hood stars and block stars. Jewish conglomerates make it bang off of our scars. Madam Walker, Leach Parker, Thomas Marshall, George Carver. Jewish conglomerates making bank off of our smarts. All we see is pain, my people see the same. They locked us down in chains, we just praying for a change. They knocked us off the throne and stripped the earth of our names. My heritage I claim, I just pray they do the same. Cause if they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. If they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews.
Yeah, we the true Jews. And you don't need a diamond tester. No man in the house, how can your mom protect you? They quick to hit us with a charge like we driving Teslas. You make a stand and give you bars, but you ain't riding scepter. Don't never trust a white man saying I can help you. Cause Hebrews 12 and 16, they all child molesters. They arrive with all smiles, show the kindest gestures. They're hard ass when you say you got a lie detector. But that's cool though, Yasharala up next, the elect. So we bump heads, we gon' cut necks. Just death to your Howard shot to that wine press. That white gon' turn red like Edomites when they upset. I'm trying to warn them, but 2/3 won't listen. I don't gotta be Jordan, it's my bro Pippin. So I'm sturdy till they put me in the hearse. Till my family is the right, cause my salvation first, we them Jews.
All we see is pain, my people see the same. They locked us down in chains, we just praying for a change. They knocked us off the throne and stripped the earth of our names. My heritage I claim, I just pray they do the same. Cause if they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. If they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews.
Welcome to the Truth of Yah. The Truth of Yah's board game's mission is to humble the world in the truth of Yah. The Truth of Yah's board game's vision is to build up the poor man and woman in spirit. Many people are deceived by lies, deceits, fraud, pride, forward mouth, arrogance, and evil ways. The poor in spirit are attacked daily. The vision to build up the spirit is to cause people only to walk in the ways of Yahweh, just as his son Yahweh Shai and the prophets did, by not just speaking the word, but by putting every word Yahweh spoke into action.
We're the Sons of Thunder Israelites, and it's our heart's prayer and desire that you all get the truth of Yah game.
Use our discount code SOT for additional savings.
Shalom.
All right, man, let's play, man. Let's get it going, man.
Shalom, I'm Sister Mayan, a student ambassador for the Spiritual Midwifery program. Spiritual midwifery has changed my perspective in a positive way when it comes to birth work. It has made me confident that I'm taking on the role that the Most High has chosen me for. I feel as though it has provided me with the right tools to better serve my current clients as a doula and future clients as a midwife. What makes spiritual midwifery stand out more than other trainings and programs is that it's much more personable. Just being able to learn with and learn from sisters that are like-minded brings out a level of closeness and spirituality that cannot be achieved by anything not ordained by the Most High. I can definitely feel his presence every time class meets. I would definitely recommend the program to other Hebrew women pursuing midwifery. It's such a joy to learn from another Hebrew sister and also have a community of sisters to learn with that face the same daily struggles that we face in life.
Shalom, family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Of course, I do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of Sakari, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at hibofficialzion.com. Get yours today.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by assuming my check Yahweh Shai. Right. Let me get a sound check. I sound good? I sound good.
Shalom, beloved family.
Pillars of rest. These mighty sisters in the spirit move with all zeal study sisterhood, man, and become better women of the Lord. All praise the water the rock. All praises, man. Let me go ahead and shout my people out in the chat. Shout out to Jesse W, Yapa Aparium, Richard Perez, Yokoria, The Rock, Asaya, Shalom, Gaiqua, John Allen, Dude Working, Yotham, Kazak, Yakobez, Shalom to Yazabad, Warrior Micah Allah, Ariya, Sister Karataza, Feed Me Righteous. Wait, what's it like it? Feed Me Righteousness, or was it Feed Me Righteously? Feed Me Righteously. Shalom to that sister. Shalom to Kawal. Who I miss? If I missed you, go ahead and drop another shalom in the chat. Right? That's all the YouTube members And what's so special about being a YouTube member? Not only do you get shout outs, but you also get members only content that show up on the YouTube periodically. All right. We got endless content for y'all. Y'all go ahead, check it out, become a member. Go ahead, under this video, it should be a join option. I'm looking at it right now. Right, you should be able to join under this video. If not, go to YouTube / Sons of Thunder Israelites, and you should be able to join the platform that way. Right, if you would like even more content, right, as like some videos from the soldiers, debates as well, behind the scenes footage of feast days, pictures, access to our library using information and sources that we study for debates and things of that nature. Go ahead and become a Patreon member. We got a little bit more for y'all on Patreon, right? Go ahead, tap in with the Patreon. There is a link in our description or on our channel, right? But if you would like to just get straight into it, go to Patreon / SOT Israelites or / SOT Israelites. To get to our Patreon. I got a lot of content on Patreon. Got a lot of content and stuff that you should want to see. A brother said, "Can you shave your head?" So you can shave your head? No.
I'm not sure he's asking because of me, but trust
I
me.
think he's looking. I think he's seeing you two brothers.
Hey, King, if you look at I'll take off my thing. You can't see real good, but man, unfortunately, I don't like showing it off. But I'm bald on the top, King. Right here, I go with the number one. You can't see it, but if I get close, you can see it right there. The shade. You can even hear it. Shaving your head is not cool. It's heathen.
Hey man, don't shave your head, man. Right? Hey, we got a brother vouching about that Patreon, so y'all go ahead and tap in. Pillars of Rest. I want my Pillars of Rest sisters to go ahead and stand up if y'all have not already. I know I seen two. Right? But if you would like to become that's a Pillars of Rest is on our Patreon. And that's for you sisters that's looking to build up your mindset in the spirit of the Lord. All right, we got videos for y'all by y'all. Unfortunately, the voice isn't here, so y'all are gonna have to listen to my uneloquent breakdown of the Pillars of Rest program. I'm sorry. Please don't throw no chairs at me.
Hey, I don't want your soldiers are going off. I don't want.
They what they say? Hey, please. Oh yeah, chill out, y'all chill out on my Akin, man.
It's all gravy. Is the truth out of one's all gravy?
But all praises. There my sisters go. Yeah, man. Without further ado, we're gonna be talking about Planned Parenthood today. All right, we're gonna be talking about Planned Parenthood today, and it's a reason, right? I'm brother post a scripture on now. Hey, somebody said, hey, the Pillars of Rest prospect is powerful too. Right, getting great mighty lessons. Now, these are the sisters that's going a step above. They not just on the Pillars of Rest, but they're prospecting to become a Pillars of Rest with Sons of Thunder. Now, with that, you got 6 weeks of you getting lessons and getting built up to become an example of a Pillars of Rest in Israel. Right? If those sisters that's interested in that, go ahead and send us an email and inquire about that. All right. And like my brother Jerry said, y'all go ahead and remember to like and share this video. Yo, Planned Parenthood. Last Friday we had some sisters come to the camp. Friday we do camp at Georgia State, and they were asking us about how we felt about Planned Parenthood and different various birth controls, various birth control, and how we felt on them. And what they were looking for is they had to get modern black activists point of view on it. I felt like it was beautiful. And then the Captain Yaro all sent me a video today. Right? We're gonna get into all of that. But Planned Parenthood, marry one of Israel. and raise your kids in the truth. I'm just saying. Texas G is on to something. She said if you know what Planned Parenthood is, get an Israelite and raise your kids in the truth. Hey, that's a fact. Because one of the first things, go to Sirach 6 and 7. Right? Because they asked us about it, and then I immediately went to Sirach 6, right? And y'all soldiers, if y'all haven't already, y'all go ahead and get y'all brothers up in here. Y'all go ahead and send that call out and get y'all brothers in class. But I immediately went to Sirach 6, and I'm thinking like, okay, like one of the first ways of contraceptives or stuff like that, and I think of is a condom. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nowadays, I understand there is a use. People use those as a committed relationship, but nowadays, especially in the setting we were in, it was a college campus. Nowadays, they're using those forms of contraceptives to be able to lay with whoever they want, whenever they want, and as frequent as they want, and try to protect themselves from sexually transmitted diseases or children, right? So they use those forms of contraceptives like a condom or birth control and Plan B to limit the risk of unwanted children or STD. But I'm thinking in my mind, first off, we have to eliminate that. And when you become an Israelite, you completely eliminate the notion of casual relations like that, right? So go to the book of Sirach 6, and I believe I want verse 7. Read that. I'm gonna try to pull up this Instagram video.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
So this is what we're teaching. We're teaching to prove it first. Prove the friend first. A lot of times people don't want the consequences of that action, which is pregnancy, or even if it is a sexually transmitted disease, right? The reason why that happened, or you got those unwanted results, is because you didn't prove a friend. One of the way you didn't prove a friend, or you didn't think the situation through at all. So what the first birth control gotta be is you looking at the situation, right? And that's what we have to teach our people. Give me the book of Proverbs chapter 22 and 3. Read that. And y'all were all breaking down. I'm about to send this video to me. Wait. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, read that precept.
Count out of one. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22. Salaki, I think he called verse 23 out of one. Is that correct?
Verse 16.
6, Salaki. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
It's very, very important, right, that we're teaching our children how to live life. When it says we train up a child, training up, of course, it means giving them discipline. They got to understand that sex is marriage. Now, why do we teach so hard that sex is marriage? Because it gives you discipline, right? People that teach against it, they don't like discipline. They don't like what comes behind with it, right? But you gotta train up your child. You gotta let your daughters know. You gotta let your young men know. That is very, very important. When you take on a woman, when you sleep with a woman, or vice versa, there's consequences to it. Either you're ready for them or you're not. If you're not ready for them, guess what? Don't even touch a woman. You gotta program your mind. Like Paul said, even Yahweh said, right? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He's saying something right there. Our flesh is weak. Our flesh doesn't give into it. But are we ready with the consequences? See, Yahweh said he was ready for the consequences. Most of us, when we're laying with somebody, we're not ready for it. These kids right now, they're sleeping with anybody because it's cool and everybody's doing it, right? But no, there's consequences behind it. And now nobody wants to face the consequences. Guess what? We got this thing called Planned Parenthood. where people are young people are being destroyed. Why? Because they hate discipline, they hate order, they're not being trained right. I yield a lot of them.
God. Hey, read verse 3.
Call that one. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
So we have a prudent man foreseeing the evil and he's hiding himself from it. Meaning he's doing the things to not to prevent the evil from happening. So whatever you think of when you think of the consequences of casual intercourse, whatever the outcome of those things that are evil that you don't want, maybe you should hide yourself from it and don't do those actions. Right? Every cause, or it's a thing called cause and effect, right? The effects of certain things, certain actions come with certain effects, right? Certain things come with certain consequences or certain blessings, right? But now our people are just passing on, and now what the so-called white man has done in this wicked society has made it okay, or giving you a possibility to just still move forward with how you're moving. You want to, a person wants to, because we're gonna get into it. All right, let me show y'all. Give me the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and 15. I believe that's what I want. Let me see if I can. When you got it, go ahead, pull it out, read
it. Above all, pray to the Most High. Is that what you want? I don't want.
17 and 16 and King.
Give me
16.
Okay. Read 16, but read 12 after that.
Call that one. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37. I'm going to read verse 16. Let reason go before every enterprise. And counsel.
Hey, that's a great precept. Let reason go before any enterprise. That's beautiful. That's the spirit, right? What has to be on the forefront of our people's mind is to let that reason go before what we're doing. Read. It's powerful. You on mute.
You're mute, Ak.
You on mute, Ak.
Salakia. Verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
This is how, because a lot of women want to say, because like I said, Esau gives you this, with Planned Parenthood, you get this a vast, like they say, a vast selection of healthcare is what they call it, right? For these actions. So you're in a predicament where you want to get an abortion. These people say, okay, get that. I'm getting the abortion. Because then what happens is the justification for the process. This person that I'm with is not ready. I do not have the support system, right? So I'm going to do this action. But what we have to do is teach the concept of, before you get there, thinking this through. You should be thinking if your partner is fit for this type of lifestyle, because what y'all are doing. Now, what you're doing is known. 1 + 1 is known to be 2. So you have to take things out of the equation to get the total that you want. I hope y'all understand my parable. I don't want to get too vulgar with this video. Right? You understand that the actions that you're doing makes children. So if you don't want children, then you don't want children with this individual that's not showing forth parental works, or a responsible parent or responsible person to live your life with, then maybe you shouldn't be with them. right? Then maybe you shouldn't be with them. Luke 14:28. I like this. Luke 14:28. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into some videos. Because what I told them sisters, man, I said Parenthood is not for our people. Planned Parenthood was meant to be against our people. The whole lifestyle and what Planned Parenthood is for is against you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And in this video, I'm gonna show y'all how. I'm not just gonna say it. I'm gonna show y'all how, right? All the way down to the core and the nativity of this thing. Was it against you, right? And what has to change is not for this healthcare that they call it, quote unquote healthcare that they call, to be instituted and be brought into our communities. What needs to be had is a mindset. A mindset needs to be given to our people. The mindset in which the scriptures that we brought out point to. Thinking about your actions and moving forward predicated upon what you thought about. All right, read that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse 28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
Read on.
Lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build, and was not able to finish. Or what king, going to make war against another king, sitteth not down first, and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambushage, Salakia, and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple.
All right. So now what we're getting into is a person counting the cost and thinking the situation through. You can't be a general and not think about what they have on their side and the resources that they have. Or you're going to be known as the general that doesn't think. You'll be known as a general that warriors don't want to fight for because you're very impulsive. What type of builder is not going to sit down and count the cost of his material? Or you're going to be known as a person that could not finish. I know y'all all drove past a construction site that just went vacant, and all of the stuff is still there. The lifts, the heavy equipment, the steel, the lumber is all still in the yard, and there's nobody working. And you like, damn, when they gonna finish? They never gonna finish because they didn't sit down and count the cost. Only in America are you not about to get mocked for not thinking things through. You brothers are not thinking about the women that you're choosing. You're choosing to lay down with a murderer. Because you're choosing to lay with a woman that is not good, nor is she a wife. She has nothing to teach your children. She has nothing to add to your household. And because you didn't sit down and count the cost, you're going to be known as the man that has baby mama drama for the rest of his life. Whose woman uses his kids as a tool to manipulate him. You're going to be known. Your homeboys is going to know. Here we go. The drama, you're going to bring it. They going to all know you as that guy because you did not sit down and count the cost. Vice versa with you women, you're going to be known as the woman with the dad that's ain't nothing, that's the deadbeat, because you didn't sit down and count the cost of who you was laying with. But you were sitting down tarrying whether you're going to keep the baby or not because the man was not going to sit down and fulfill the role of a husband or a father. All because you did not sit down and count the cost. If we was in an ancient world, you'd be mocked for such a decision. But because we're in America, in the hand of lawless enemies, they've made an avenue for you to kill the child. What I'm telling you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to do is sit down and count the cost. Look at the lifestyle you're living and see the outcomes of that. Weigh out them options. Go ahead, Art.
Hey, King, read verse 29 again, King, Baba Kasha.
God, I don't want. It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse 29. Lest happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
So, right, you lay with the woman or you lay with the man, you lay the foundation, correct? And then what happens? Guess what? A baby is born. And then this baby is raised by two individuals that don't even like each other. All they want to do is sleep with each other, right? So now you got this thug. Now you got this gangster. Now you got this kid selling drugs. Now you got this kid that's out there in the sewer pole. Now you got this kid in prison. Now everybody's mocking you. Now everybody's saying that's why you so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics ain't word for nothing. Because all you are is welfare babies and prison kids. That's all you are. Everybody mocks you because you laid the foundation and you didn't finish it. You didn't do what Proverbs told you. Train up a child. You did not give this kid no discipline. Why? Because you're into your own feelings. All you cared about yourself. That's all you cared about. That's why everybody mocks us. They mock us because we lay the foundation, but we do not raise up this child like we were supposed to. Now you with that.
Right? All praises. So what's given to you for an avenue, so-called black and Hispanic women, and you wholesale is Planned Parenthood or abortions or birth control. But who was Planned Parenthood founded by? I need my studious brothers and sisters in the chat to let them know something. Who was Planned Parenthood founded by? Most women who want to keep alive utilize the excuse. Oh, keep abortion alive. Utilize the excuse. What about women? That's true, right? A lot of people use that excuse, the people that's raped. But even though that is the lowest rate of reason for an abortion, yes, that's most
Exactly. I don't want.
less than 1% of abortions are because of rape. Less than 1%, not even the whole 1% of it. Millions of women get abortions, but only 1% of it is abortions. So what they want to do is argue with a fantasy. They're using a fantasy to argue. Because with a normal woman going into your run of the mill woman that's pregnant going into Planned Parenthood was not raped. She just does not want to stand on her 10 for her decisions, right? What? Oh
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
want.
there you go, Margaret Sanger. There they go. Is a
I don't want. Eve does not want to raise her responsibilities. I don't want. Eve wants to have a hot girl summer.
Mm-hmm. And some of you damn wicked ass Negroes is persuading your woman to get an abortion because you want to be a weak ass Negro. You don't want to take accountability for your actions either. Margaret Sanger, this is the founder of Planned Parenthood. If you did not know, now you know. What is the significance of this woman? We're going to see, right? We're going to see.
Views on eugenics,
Let me
race,
get
and population control.
Let me get a 7 in the chat if y'all hear this.
Which later became. As founder of the American Birth Control League, which later became Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger was no doubt a controversial figure with disturbing views on eugenics, race, and population control. While some argue.
Boom. All right, y'all hearing it? Hot girl summer is crazy, but this is true. So before it was called Planned Parenthood, it was called what? Did y'all hear it? What was it called before it was called Planned Parenthood? I'm gonna run it back. Just so this junk can get ahead of us. What was it called before it was called Planned Parenthood? Let me see if somebody was listening. Yeah, we gotta do that under the guidelines of fair use, man. We operating this video. We are operating this video under the guidelines of fair use for scholarship and research purposes, right? Educational purposes is the reason why we're using this video. All praises to the Most High. It was called eugenics? No, it wasn't called eugenics. But we're going to get into the definition of eugenics. But listen closely, y'all. Let's see what it was called.
As founder of the American Birth Control League, which later became...
The woman was the founder of the American Birth Control League. That's what it was called before it was called Planned Parenthood, right? American Birth Control League.
Became Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger was no doubt a controversial figure with disturbing views on eugenics, race, and population control. While some argue she even wanted to exterminate the Black race, others are trying to erase that part of her past.
The Mike Wallace interview. In the eyes of some, Margaret Sanger has been a heroine. In the eyes of others, she's been a destructive force.
In her own words, Sanger pushed for a society that limited births to those she deemed fit to have children.
I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things, just marked when they're born.
That limited...
Hey, she's saying that because nobody wanted her ass.
You said what?
She's saying all that because nobody wanted her ass. Look at her. Pasty, dusty, Edomite.
Right? So we gotta look at this thing, man. Y'all listen to the word choices used and think about the time period in which these things were being said. Because I may be biased. I believe it's shots up in these videos, in these words, these articles that you about to see. This woman just said, I think the biggest sin in the world is bringing a child that basically is about to be low. Listen to her again. Y'all pay attention to her sentiments.
Births to those she deemed fit to have children.
I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things, just marked when they're born.
What demographic of people during this time period were considered delinquents and prisoners? And they have no, people thought they had no future in the world.
Great question, Arwan.
I really don't want to answer to that. as they showed the little black girl on the screen. I really don't want to answer to that. I just want y'all to have y'all wheels turning while y'all listen to her words. Right? It's just crazy. She said, had no chance. Who in this time period did the people that what's that woman's name? Margaret? Who did Margaret and her people feel like ain't have no chance in the world? Definitely wasn't the Moabites.
1916, Sanger opened the country's first birth control clinic. As a member of the American Eugenics Society, she advocated improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction of different races and classes.
But hold on.
She advocated improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction.
Right? This is one of her little mission statements, man. All right? Let's get into this word eugenics. For those that don't know, I had to do a Google search myself because I hear it a lot. Eugenics is the study of how to arrange. Oh, y'all can't even see it. So it's the study. If y'all can see that, read that from me. Read that from me, y'all.
This is the definition of eugenics: the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. Damn, Salaki.
That's it. That's the purpose of eugenics. So we have so-called white people filtering who they felt like was who had genetic promises or the characteristics and traits that they deemed as superior. Who does that sound like? If I'm looking at the so-called white race, right? Why it look like that?
Can I get a preset for the other one?
You can.
Hey, let me get real quick. Watch, just to prove the other one's point with the Bible. Go to Matthew 2:16.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
Ain't nothing new. These heathen, these damn Edomites have always done this. Look at this idiot. What did he do? Because he felt he was mocked. He felt like he was below these men. Because his men didn't trust him. They didn't give him what the news he wanted. What did he do? He killed every young male from 2 years and under. And these male, who are they? Hebrew children, Israelite children. Why? Because he wanted one children, the mighty one, which we all know who that is. And this is nothing new. This Planned Parenthood destroying our kids, destroying our people. There's nothing new with these people. They've always done this. Not you, Otto.
So this is improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction of different races and classes. So this is one of the purposes, one of the building blocks this woman's morals are based off of, right? And Pharaoh did it too, right? We're gonna keep going.
Control clinic. As a member of the American Eugenics Society, she advocated improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction of different races and classes.
This is what she stood behind. She stood behind that purpose.
She often wrote about the issue in the journal she founded, called the Birth Control Review. In 1919, writing,
I personally believe in the sterilization of the feeble-minded, the insane, and the syphilitic.
Now, all of these things, I believe, are a sentiment to a certain group of people. Right? We're going to continue.
The most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the over-fertility of the mentally and physically defective.
Many point to a 1923 New York Times interview as proof of Sanger's racist motives, in which she referred to people as weeds, saying,
it means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society.
What in 1920, what did they believe was the superior racial element?
As weeds, saying,
it means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society.
Who was the better racial element of their society? Who did they believe that was? This is like the first statement. The first statement that was said was a whole nother group but she was a part of them. So she was for those views. But now when we're entering those last three, this is the third, statements were her sentiment. These are her words. The person, the creator of Planned Parenthood, is saying this about a certain demographic of people. Listen to the words that are being said. And I want y'all mind to be moving, critically thinking about
proof of Sanger's racist motives, in which she referred to people as weeds, saying,
It means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society and the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual extirpation of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
In 1923, who did they believe were weeds that were threatening the blooming and booming of the American civilization? I'll wait. Who did they believe that this was? In 1920, who was us?
Salaki, I don't want
Ludwig, an
One.
investigator.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, for people that maintain their yard, their grass, in order to kill a weed, there has to be a scientific formula put together to create a chemical that kills that weed permanently. Sounds kind of similar to what they're talking about right now as far as eugenics. I yield on.
Excellent point. In order to kill a weed, you have to have a formula to kill them. Planned Parenthood is that formula. What we're doing right now is diving into the mindset of the creator of Planned Parenthood. And this is how she thinks of the lower class people: Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Finest flowers of American civilization.
Hayden Ludwig, an investigative researcher, has extensively studied Sanger's life and writings.
She talked about the need for race betterment through controlling these weeds, basically undesirable people.
In 1939, after opening another clinic in Harlem, the birth control activist...
And that's for you. Look. Shout out to Hayden. Shout out to this man. All right, and the reason why I'm shouting him out, because now when we have our point of view, it's going to be called racial extremists have a point of view of Martha Sanger, Margaret. Right? They have their own view. No, this man feels the same way as us. That woman is racist. And she's talking, when she says what she says, she's talking about a certain group of people. Right?
Weeds, basically undesirable people.
In 1939, after opening another clinic in Harlem, the birth control activists launched the Negro Project, an initiative supported by Black leaders, such as civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois. Critics claim the program used the pretense of better health and family planning for poor Blacks in the South as an attempt to limit the Black race.
My fault, I kind of cut it off on that statement. God, I got too zealous.
An initiative supported by Black leaders, such as civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois. Critics claim the program used the pretense of better health and family planning for poor Blacks in the South as an attempt to limit the Black race. Ludwig says some on the left...
So the Negro Project was presented and promoted to the Black community as health care and help of family planning. And who helped them push it was sellouts. Help push this type of reproductive suppression for her cause. She already feel like our people are weeds and that we need to be eliminated so that basically white people can be supreme. I'm not crazy for saying that. Those are the statements that came out of her mouth. The statements of the genetics or superior genetics to be pushed by the suppression of weaker mentalities, of feeble genetics. So now she goes into our communities and push this Negro program and is hidden in the auspice of better healthcare or healthcare and in forms of family planning. There's nothing new under the sun. That same sentiment and those same slogans and characteristics are used when it comes to us. Oh man. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to play a video. I'm gonna have to play another video. Okay. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. Cause some of y'all know, who this woman is. Let me play this little ad. Right? Some of y'all know who that is. Right?
And it's real short.
And you know, sister had a view on it.
Stallion and
her flowers. We're gonna listen to what the sister got to say.
Welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow.
Hey, shout out to that woman.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. I'm gonna play this little clip. Craig the Stallion done got out of hand. I'm not gonna waste too much time. This was apparently at some form of a award gala that was hosted by Planned Parenthood. And it's real.
Yeah, I like that spin she put on the Planned Parenthood. I like that, right? But look who they got speaking as a spokesperson. Just like in the back in the day, they had W.E.B.D. Du Bois. We're about to see Mary J. Blige, and they have this sister, Megan Thee Stallion. And they're not dumb. The people that want you to stop reproducing or want to halt your progress as a people are not dumb. This is one of the biggest female artists nowadays. Biggest female artist. One of the big. She is by an unpopular opinion. It may be an unpopular opinion, but a lot of people are favoring her over Nicki Minaj. Having that knowledge that this woman is the next up and coming female artist, who you want to feel that liberty to go and do that abortion is the woman. Since the days of antiquity, since slavery, how you get things moving is by touching the heartstrings of Eve. So now what they're doing is using that same tactics for Planned Parenthood. Because who's going to carry the baby? The woman. So who's going to have that mindset? The woman. So how am I going to push her now that Roe v. Wade is going on? How am I going to how am I going to persuade the black woman to consider pursuing Planned Parenthood, excuse me. How can I get the women of Arkansas to come to where were we? Where can you get an abortion? Where can I get an abortion? You know, Salaki, you are type slow. Where can I get an abortion? Abortion. Nah, bro. You can get one in Atlanta? Nah, bro, that's not real.
Everywhere out of one.
Nah, I remember Roe v. Wade. I thought they stopped it in the South predominantly. Where is abortions illegal? Let me see that. Okay, boom. So accessible. You can go to Illinois and get an abortion. Hold on. Okay. Georgia has restrictions on it, and it's not completely illegal. It's illegal in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana, West Virginia, South and North Dakota, Idaho. Those are the places where it's illegal. But
And so I get one.
Go ahead.
You know why it's those states also? Because those states, as Esau calls them, the red states, which means they're mostly ran by Republicans. So the liberals, which are the so-called Democrats, they're all demons. But we know the liberals are the ones that are all about the sodomites, this kind of trash. So out here in California, you can do this up and down. But those states right there are Esau because Esau takes care of their kids. They want their kids not to be mockery. And those are mostly Esau ran states. That's why those are the ones that's illegal there. Are you a lot of one?
So now that you know these states that it's illegal or has restrictions, they're gonna have to go to New York, Vermont, Maine, Michigan, Illinois, Minnesota, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, California, Nevada, Oregon. They're gonna have to go to these states to pursue their murdering of a child. Okay, that's what they're gonna have to do now, right? Ohio has some. Ohio has. I think it's mostly accessible, or no. It has sort of restrictions. It has some restrictions to say, right? That's what it say about Ohio. All right, I'm on a Planned Parenthood website. Right? So these women are going to pursue. How are we going to get these women to pursue us? To come to these, although it's illegal in their state, how are we going to get them to go over to California or over to Illinois or to Michigan? How are we going to get them in? Right? How are we going to get them in Cincinnati to get these dang on abortions? How? I'm gonna put Megan Thee Stallion on there, and she gonna say some things. That's how they did it. W.E.B. Du Bois was prestigious in his time. Tell them this is healthcare, and that's exactly how they pushing it today. Let's see what she says.
Short, but I'm gonna let you just take it in. Just take it in. Here we go.
We need to create communities where women can receive sexual and reproductive health care with the.
Why are we calling it? See, what they want to do is act like Planned Parenthood. Look, Planned Parenthood. I'm gonna let her talk, and I'm gonna talk after.
Love, respect, and compassion that they deserve. I promise to continue to do my part and use my platform to break down barriers and empower women all around the world.
Women empowerment, healthcare. These are things that I want to talk about because I was being pushed is they're trying to stop women empowerment and women healthcare by not allowing us to have abortions. That's what they're saying. Healthcare is being denied and women empowerment is being destroyed because they won't allow us to get this healthcare. What is the health care that they're referring to? Abortions. Plan Bs. This is what they're referring to when they say health care. Oh, that was it? Okay, that was it. Right?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Can I make a quick point if I may, Adam?
Yeah, because one of the things she said was she's going to use her platform to do it. Right? And I think that does segue into your point, King.
Kind of want. So I'm going to get a few precepts. Oftentimes they use, when there's an agenda being pushed, our athletes, entertainers, actors, they are used and appointed as our voice and our spokespeople, right? To push whatever agenda, because that's what we see every day. Adawan, could you get 1 Kings chapter 21 for me, Barbara Kashaw, and I'm going to read verse 7 and verse 15.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 20, chapter 21. Go ahead, King.
And then I'll read Proverbs first. I don't want Salakia. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 7. I'm gonna read verse 10 down to verse 12, and it reads, "And behold, there met him a woman with an attire of an harlot and subtle of heart." Now, Meg Thee Stallion, appearance-wise, that's what we see. She doesn't leave anything to the imagination as far as her body and her skin. Verse 11, she is loud and stubborn, and this is obvious in her lyrics, right? Continuing on, her feet abide not in her house. It's also well known she dates around with a lot of men, right? Verse 12, now she's without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. And I think that verse is pretty self-explanatory. I don't want, could you read that for me, Baba Kashaw?
The book of 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 7. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, Does thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite.
Could you read verse 21 for me? Slaki, verse 15.
Verse 15. And it came to pass when Jezebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Jezebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite, which he refused to give thee for money, for Naboth is not alive, but dead.
So very specific reason why I want to read these two precepts. Now, I did some research on Meg Thee Stallion. And Chad, I want to ask y'all a question after I read, this information I found on her. So first, we're going to talk about her education. Meg Thee Stallion has and this information was off of Wikipedia. That's my source, one of them. She has a Bachelor of Science in Health Administration from Texas Southern University. Another piece of information I found was that she signed to a major record label. I'm not going to mention the record label's name. And she basically gets resources and distributions, but her status is still independent. And she owns the masters in her publishing for her music. So she's getting all the royalties, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this out is, for one, as far as her education, she has some intelligence. Number two, she knows how to do good business in the music and entertainment industry. So these are things that she could be teaching our sisters besides what she promotes. So my question for the chat, I'm excluding the state of Texas. Who in the chat? Put a 7 in the chat if you already knew this information. I'll give y'all a minute. Who knew this information already? I don't see none coming in. Give y'all a minute.
They're going to take a little second.
So, okay, a couple brothers knew that. Okay. Maybe I did a Google search while I was reading some of them things, but okay. But my point is, this is my point. What she shows outwardly may not be what she is inwardly, and I don't understand why this is what she chooses to promote. But there's more to this sister than what she shows, and it's important that we understand that there's a bigger picture and there's another agenda that we gotta look through beyond. Sometimes I yield with that. So,
hey, that's a powerful point on how this education she has, right? But it's not something that she's teaching the young sisters that's coming into the, that's not being pushed. What's being pushed is Planned Parenthood or this free mentality of woman freedom, which equals show your body how you want, be as sexually active as you want, and that's your freedom. And don't let no man, and don't forget to don't let a man shame you in what you're doing, nor let a man tell you to stop doing what you're doing. That's your freedom. Go ahead.
Salaki, also to add on to my point, the reason I brought out Proverbs and 1 Kings, Proverbs, as far as what we see, is what she shows is the attire of a harlot. And what I brought in the 1 Kings, that account basically, I'll kind of paraphrase it. Go back and read 1 Kings 21 when you get a chance. In this account, Jezebel finds out that King Ahab at the time wants a vineyard. He wants possession of a vineyard. The brother who owns it is named Naboth or Naboth. He didn't want to buy. He didn't want to sell it to him. So Jezebel, basically, what she does is she writes a letter in the king's name to the elders and the nobles of that city, accusing them of, when I say them, I mean him, Naboth, of blasphemy and blaspheming the name of the king as well. They find Naboth. Basically, they drag him out in the city, in the middle of the street, and they stone him to death. And then King Ahab kind of in turn inherits this vineyard. So back to Meg the Stallion, what we see is the attire of a harlot for one, and the spirit of Jezebel. I yield.
Come, right? And I agree. So these are some things that Planned Parenthood has to offer. It's not just a place, because I don't want somebody to watch this video and be like, they're not getting to the other things that Planned Parenthood gets. But I don't give a damn what they do. But I'm going to tell y'all what they do. Abortions, birth control, emergency contraception. That's the plan B. HIV services, pregnancy testing planning, STD testing and treatment, sexual reproductive concerns. Right? So the things that are against, because I said the things that the services that they do enable behavior in so-called blacks and Hispanics that lead us into a lifestyle that's not conducive for us. As a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American in America is an Israelite according to the Bible. And the lifestyles that's contrary to them is a lifestyle of sin. That includes casual sexual intercourse with anybody at any time. That includes abortion. That includes homosexuality. Right? Those things are promoting such lifestyles that are not conducive for an Israelite man or woman. So we're against those things. And the most important thing to do is to teach the young child a behavior that doesn't get them into the predicament of for the need of these things. That's what is the biggest thing about this. The education to keep a child from getting into an area where they have an unwanted pregnancy. Or get a person is in a view where, oh my God, I don't want to have a baby right now. And they have to take the morning after pill. Well, y'all, the mentality that's being taught is the behavior that we all do, there should be no consequence for it. Do this and you should be good. That goes for homosexuality and that casual sex for STDs. It's because it says, oh, we give education about it and things of that nature. If it's education, then they should know that mostly the cases for STDs or HIV is from homosexuality. The best treatment for a person to not get HIV is what? Not being or practicing homosexuality. But nobody, I guarantee Planned Parenthood isn't doing that. The best birth control for a teenager or a college student, a college girl that wants to focus on her career instead of a child, the best birth control is no sex. Is that being taught in Planned Parenthood? Not a fallback plan of an abortion. No, you did the action that gets you the baby. Then guess what? You live through your life with that responsibility because that's the decision that you made. I'm gonna go back to this video.
Initiatives supported by Black leaders, such as civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois. Critics claim
and nowadays your damn female rappers is promoting this thing, man.
Program used the pretense of better health and family planning for poor Blacks in the South as an attempt to limit the Black race.
And what Megan Thee Stallion used was women empowerment and healthcare. Healthcare and women empowerment. Well, damn, hold on. What is the healthcare that you're giving me? Is an abortion or a morning after pill? The woman empowerment is the decision on to get the abortion or not to get the abortion? The insanity of that thought process is crazy. Right?
Ludwig says some on the left grapple with Sanger's past and how to interpret her legacy.
They know when she writes about human weeds, they know that it's repulsive. They know it's disgusting. The left will never abandon Margaret Sanger because if they do, she's the foundation of so many of their views.
Sanger once.
So the thing is, what this white man is trying to tell y'all is the same thing I'm telling y'all. This side that's agreeing with her and on her side wants to take away the foundation that she has, the foundation, the core beliefs that she had. They want to ignore that and just say, boom, we given the opportunity for this healthcare is what they call it. Right? Not understanding that the reason for this healthcare is for the annihilation of a certain type, the elimination of a certain people group and class. That's the purpose. This woman right here made Planned Parenthood for the elimination, right? And the suppression of a certain class of people.
Shared her vision for a preferred race at a women's branch of the Ku Klux Klan. Writing in her autobiography, Sanger once shared.
They know that it's repulsive. They know it's disgusting. The left will never abandon Margaret Sanger because if they do, she's the foundation of so many of their views.
Sanger once shared her vision for a preferred race at a women's branch of the Ku Klux Klan. Writing in her autobiography,
always to me, any aroused group was a good group.
Despite those views,
she wanted the women's branch of the Ku Klux Klan. You see that?
That is crazy.
And what was the Ku Klux Klan? The Ku Klux Klan was made to oppress your black ass, man. The Ku Klux Klan was used, the Ku Klux Klan was used to oppress you Hispanics as well. Y'all ain't safe, man. Y'all are not safe. Because the principles of this woman are still shown today, right?
Liberals praise Sanger's work while ignoring her history.
I admire Margaret Sanger enormously.
Y'all remember what this woman, Margaret, y'all remember, I can't ever get this woman's name right. But y'all remember what Margaret was saying. You know who else know what Margaret teach? Hillary Clinton know what Margaret teach. Right? She was almost your president. Y'all forget. Yeah, it was a time when she was almost your president, and she loved her some Margaret, right? And the principles in which she taught.
Courage, her tenacity, her vision.
Right.
Shorty
said she loved her vision, and her vision was you niggas is weeds and need to be exterminated.
Of her.
Ryan Baumberger, founder of the Radiance Foundation, says abortion proponents are working to clean up Sanger's past and what she stood for.
They have to reinvent her every time they talk about her in order to justify their celebration of her.
Former Planned Parenthood director Abby Johnson says those inside the abortion industry are trained to overlook Sanger's racist views.
They give you an answer like, well, I mean, yes, Margaret Sanger was a racist, but everybody was a racist back then. You accept it.
Come on,
because she is your hero.
And they call us a hate group.
And she has to be your hero. You cannot question Planned Parenthood.
In 1997, Stephen Mosher of the Population Research Institute wrote about the push to repackage Margaret Sanger in the Wall Street Journal.
The reason I call it the repackaging of Margaret Sanger is because after the Nazi regime destroyed the legitimacy of eugenics forever, they then went back and said, oh, she was just an early feminist. She was just an early supporter of family planning. No, she wasn't. No, she was a supporter of giving IQ tests to people. She was in favor of using those IQ tests to determine who should be sterilized and who should have children.
Now, y'all remember, she said earlier in an article about feeble minds. And this is about to unpackage a whole bunch. Feeble, maybe I should go back to where it was said. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Right? I think it's the next one. Look, listen what I personally believe that the sterilization of the feeble-minded, the insane, and syphilitic.
The insane and the syphilitic. The most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the over-fertility of the mentally and physically defective.
So if you're mentally and physically defective and a feeble mind and syphilitic, right? What does that word mean? Anybody know in the chat? Syphilitic. Let's see what that word is.
Sounds like a damn STD.
Syphilitic. Nah, bro, this can't be.
That's it. I don't. You gotta read it.
Hey, I don't want those damn Christians and Clubhouse will never speak on this. All they're worried about us, and this is a real hate group. This is a group that really kills people.
You're right.
They really give it. Sorry for that word, YouTube. Sorry for that word. It really destroys people.
Most urgent problem today.
Wait, hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I spelled it right, folks. Cause I got the wrong. She was not talking about this. She couldn't be talking about this. If anybody can find this definition, YPHIL.
I got it. Salakia. I have it on.
You got the definition, and if it's the sexually transmitted disease, I do not want to hear it.
That's what it is.
Why would she say that though? Why would she use that word in this sentence?
It's like, and how can she
I'm
tell?
Confounded, bro. I'm confounded.
And how can she say that about a baby that are not even born yet? How do you know they're insane? How do you know anything's wrong with them? They're not even born yet. And somebody might say, well, that means they're not humans. No, they are humans. But how do you know something's wrong with them?
That's probably why she said that. You see what Naomi said? Okay. Boom. Right? So the feeble-minded. But this man is saying that this woman was the type of woman to give a IQ test to determine whether you was feeble-minded or whether you needed to be exterminated.
She was a supporter of giving IQ tests to people. She was in favor of using those IQ tests to determine who should be sterilized and who should have children.
In a response.
Didn't they inject us with syphilis at the time where they was experimenting to see if syphilis had a different what is that study called? Somebody drop it in the chat. Boom, the Tuskegee experiments. She mocking us, bro. And some people like these niggas is conspiracy theorists. No, these men on here, these white men, is having the same mindset as me. See the type of person that gives some. Can a person fresh out of slavery pass an IQ test with no education? So wouldn't they be considered the feeble-minded? So to her, they deserve to be what? That's why she launched the Negro Project for you niggas. I'm not affecting them how I want to on the outside. I have to get in the inside. WEBD, get me up inside there. Megan Thee Stallion, get me into the black community so I can affect it the way that I need to. Because these feeble-minded Negroes are going to let me in and control their population. That's the process. That's why Planned Parenthood is pushed to us. Right?
She was a supporter of
that.
giving IQ tests to people. She was in favor of using those IQ tests to determine who should be sterilized and who should have children.
In a response, you know what's part of that sterilization? Giving you a damn pill, giving you the shot, giving you the little. They now they putting stuff inside of our women now to continue to make sure they're infertile. That's jacking y'all the hell up. That's going against the natural cause that God made y'all to do. All right, we're going to continue on with this video, man.
Titled The Demonization of Margaret Sanger, Alexander Sanger, her grandson and president of Planned Parenthood at the time, called Mosher's editorial unfair. In the same piece, Esther Katz, director of NYU's Margaret Sanger Papers Project, claimed evidence revealing Sanger did not rationalize her support for birth control on racist grounds, that she never advocated genocidal policies aimed at racial, ethnic, or religious groups, and that she, in fact, believed access to birth control would benefit, not eliminate minority populations. Dr. Katz turned down our request for an interview, although in this article, the editor as public authority interpreting Margaret Sanger, she wrote, by our current highly sensitized standards, some of her attitudes and statements can be construed as racist.
So now, at first, we couldn't deduce it. At first, we couldn't, but now, because of our highly sensitive standards, now we can see it as racist,
elitist, ethnocentric, and not politically correct. In 1942,
no, she was racist. That's why. It's not that we're just coming to that conclusion because we're more sensitive. It's because she was a damn racist. That's why. She said people are weeds and the feeble-minded needs to be eliminated. And guess who she considered as the feeble-minded? The same people that was failing the IQ test. The people fresh out of bonds. The people fresh out of chains. Get Micah 2:1. Get the book of Job chapter 14:4. Right? Give me the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Y'all are saying that she has been recreated and that's how she was back in the day, but now she's different. Now she's changing. She set her damn son up for failure. I'm gonna say that now. That nigga can't box out here in this time period. She could have dealt in the 20s, in the 60s. She could build in that time period because they didn't care about you niggas. And how they said things about y'all didn't matter. How it came out, they didn't have to be politically correct when it came to you blacks and Hispanics. But now, it's different. And she set her son up for the low ball. Now they got to gloss it up like, it's sensitive now. It can be seen as that. No, nigga, it is. Right? Give me the book of Micah 2:1 first. Somebody had put that precept in the chat. Read.
Conrad 1 is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
So like it. So it says, woe unto them that practice iniquity. or they plan this mischief. This is a part of Psalms 83. Them being confederate against us, making plans to destroy our people. Pharaoh did it, Herod did it, and these are the descendants of those same people, those same wicked, oppressive nations that want to come against you and destroy you. Get that in the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 4. Because a lot of people are saying now it's different. Now it was used then to hurt our community, but now in 2024, Megan Thee Stallion can represent them because it's positive, it's healthcare. No, because what's this wisdom telling us right here? Read the Bible.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? Out of an unclean. Not one.
Nobody can take something that was originally unclean and now make it clean. No, it's unclean. The Ku Klux Klan cannot come into the black community and start handing out sandwiches.
Hell no.
No, what does it look like now? Yes, we were about this, but now we're about feeding y'all. Now our purpose is feeding y'all. Where they do that at? They're not going to be accepted, nor are people going to eat their food.
Hey, I don't want. Jake is so damn simple. I don't want.
You think they're going to eat it?
Jake is so damn simple. I can see everybody lined up in 5 points, getting the plate.
Hey, as soon as I said that, I'm like, I did the Tony Yayo, man. I'm like, man, you know what? Niggas would line up and eat sandwiches from Esau. It dressed up in the KKK suits, man.
Come.
You know what, man? I had to retract that statement like, hello. Nah, take it back, man. Jake is simple, man. Jake is simple as hell. This is how you know it's crazy. Esau could be outside, fully KKK'd up, hood on, and everything. Burnt cross, handing out sandwiches to you blacks and Hispanics. And y'all line up and eat the sandwiches, man. That's the same thing we're dealing with here.
And they'll point at Sons of Thunder Israelites teaching. You guys are teaching hate with the sandwich. You guys are teaching hate for the KKK with the hoods, burning the crosses, with the Grand Master KKK on red,
with the stripes, man, with the tags and shit, man.
I'm telling you, man, Jake is so goddamn wicked.
Hey, cuz passing y'all niggas ham sandwiches, man. And we the haters, man. We the ones teaching hate. Man. I remember we was outside one time. This man said, y'all don't be passing out sandwiches. They be passing out sandwiches. And the same people that was passing them out sandwiches, one of them, that's part of the ADL. Well, not the ADL. The Atlanta Justice Alliance. They dang on threaten to shoot the dude. Like, I will shoot you. He was one of the Chinese women said, I will shoot you. But they love them better because they pass out sandwiches. Come on, man. We lobby for your life outside. We one of the only people making videos and giving education about the demonic nation that we're serving captivity under. And you niggas, man, cooning for damn green bean casserole.
Wet Oreos is crazy too. That's why.
Because it was in this bag with the sandwich, man. So it's soggy. It's a soggy Oreo. Right? But all of these institutions, the Lord has given you the opportunity to have a spiritual eye to all of these things. Like, you're going to be able to see an institution and know that it's not for you because the Lord gave you this mindset. Give me the book of Sirach, 12 and verse 10. And we're going to read to verse 13.
It's the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, starting at verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
What does the Bible say?
Never trust thine enemy.
Hey, the Bible say to never trust your enemy. This is the same people. See, y'all trusting healthcare. Like, They was injecting so-called black people with syphilis and framing it as healthcare, doing an experiment on them to see how syphilis affects the black community. Them same people are offering you healthcare and birth control and parent planning. Salakia. This is the same people. And you think they're just here to help you. Nigga, they injected you with syphilis. They bombed your community when all you was doing was being by yourself, was flourishing by yourself. The scriptures is giving you a lens to prevent you from making the same mistakes. If you do not know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. But you ignorant black and Hispanics know your history and still repeating it. Listen to what the Lord says. Unmute yourself out.
Continuing in verse 10. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Just like iron is going to rust, it's for sure to rust, so is these people going to be wicked towards you. It's inevitable. Iron rust for sure, you can put money on it. They're going to be wicked to you. For sure. Put money on it. They got damn Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion got so much pull to you women. Megan Thee Stallion can run through Walmart naked, making a challenge, and you women will start doing it too. That's how much pull Megan Thee Stallion got. They put her on the podium and said, promote us. And she did it. And you black and Hispanic women is going to go into flood into parent. You're going to drive your ass from Texas to California just to get an abortion. Read the Bible.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Listen, it says he humble himself and go crouching. That's healthcare. Healthcare. Your body, your choice. This is seducing. This is for itching ears. Get this healthcare. Use this healthcare. No. The Lord is, this is death care. Nigga, you're killing a baby. A living, growing child. You're killing it. You're ending its life. That's why they have to try to have conversations on if it's living or not, because they understand that it's immoral. It's immoral to kill a child prematurely, and they don't even understand. You women don't even understand how much psychological toll it takes on you, right? But he's going humble and crouching, saying it's just healthcare. It's your body, your choice. This choice is woman empowerment. Hey, give me a break. Read.
Continuing in verse 11. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
And you're gonna learn in the end days, or you're gonna learn when it's too late that this is Planned Parenthood is the devil. You're gonna learn that too late. I deceived you. Right? They said the dude that injected us with syphilis claimed he had an antidote. So he injected himself. LOL. He ended up dying before his experiment did.
Right.
All praises. That's the Lord. Right? It's death care for sure. Hey, the Soldier the Rock sent me a picture, or I couldn't do it because it's New York Times. It was trying to get me to pay $1. And I ain't had time to put my information and stuff in. But basically the restrictions that these states have, like some of them that have restrictions, the restriction of how far into the pregnancy you can get the abortion. So the max is 18 months. So depending on how the restrictions is how long in the pregnancy you can get it. And 18 weeks, not 18 months. Forgive me, y'all. 18 weeks was the max for those states that had restriction. It was 18 months. 18 weeks, Salakia. Which is wicked as hell. Because as soon as that baby is conceived, don't kill it. That's murder. Read the Bible. Read verse 13.
Comment on verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent?
And the Bible is so cold, it's telling us when you bit by this serpent, who's going to have pity for you? Now, of course, we love you, sister. Right? So if you make a decision like that and you need that help with your mind after, we're going to be here for you. But the Bible is telling you like how cold you're supposed to be. Because why would I pity you after you know it's a snake? We told you it's a snake, and you still fall into the grasp of it. Who's gonna have pity for you? You know what we say in the country? That's what you get. That's what you get. So that when you get bit, when you have that psychological damage for that action, because you just wanted your woman empowerment, you don't feel empowered after. You bit by the charmer. You bit by the snake. The serpent seduced you into doing that. Women empowerment. Your body, your choice. No. Man, hey, give me man's goings of the Lord. Where's that?
Ecclesiastes out of 1.
Give me that. Because they try to make it seem like because they pregnant. Now, no, the Lord did that. The Lord made you conceive. Right? The Lord did that. Right? When you got it, call it and read it. I'm trying to see if I can show. Oh, you want to show that? You want to show that gorilla clip?
It's up to you out of 1.
Hey, if you want to show,
I got it out of 1.
You got the precept.
Oh, good.
Yeah, bring up the clip. Arshala gonna read the precept. It's Proverbs 20 and 24. If you reading, you're on mute.
Salakia.
You good?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
So, if you sister or brother, when y'all end up pregnant, that's of the Lord. The Lord did that thing. So you're not gonna understand that way, right? You're not gonna. That doesn't mean take it into your own hands to end that life. The Lord did that. All right. Who are you to go against the will of the Father? You see? Brothers are sending me mad articles in the background. Right? So y'all gotta understand that. For y'all to take it in your own hands and then murder, you have to step outside. You got to step out of line with God and end up sinning to take your power or be empowered. It's wild. Right? You got the video? Oh yeah, you got it. Look at this video.
But especially once you become somebody, you always got to worry about the pitfalls, or do you worry about stuff like that? Do females that are like here, like you are, do they worry about the same things like men worry that are here?
How we can get trapped? How can girls get trapped?
You know how.
I got a membership at that place.
Damn!
Laughing at that is crazy.
I don't play like that.
You don't play like that?
I don't play like that.
Okay. Damn. Man.
I really messed with Gloria. Hallelujah. I really was messing with her. But when she said that, I just can't get down with it. How you gonna? And then Shannon, You gonna sit across from her and laugh like that's funny? Like it's not.
Weak ass Jake.
And she knows she wasn't raised like that. Like, come on, bro. Wow. Like I remember, like I go to the abortion clinic so much that it's like I have a membership there. That's what Planned Parenthood has done. It is made an avenue for our sisters to not to take accountability for their actions for real. And brothers is not excluded. Because I bet the first time some weak Negro like Shannon Sharp across from her is persuading her to do that thing, man. Oh, go ahead, go to that. You already know how Memphis niggas get, bro. Go ahead, go to that. Go to that. Go ahead, get an abortion. Go ahead, handle that. I bet some weak Negro persuaded her to do that jump the first time. Like, y'all gotta shape up. Y'all gotta realize that, and y'all have to and it's really for y'all to have understanding of some of y'all that got morals. Because a person that feel like, Megan Thee Stallion or something like that, they're gonna have 1,000,010 excuses to continue to do what they do. All right? But for y'all, the righteous, for y'all to understand the origin of this thing and how it affects us today. Right? This is that's why the education was needed, right? And you people would understand to see that thing. And hopefully it persuade a sister or a brother to stand on his square. Like it's weird. You gotta stand on your square, you gotta stand on your responsibilities. If a man came across me and told me his girl pregnant, he about to get an abortion, I'ma look at that nigga in the eye, nigga, you weak as hell. If you don't take care of your kid, and I'ma say it straight like this, you had sex, right? Yeah. You enjoyed it, right? Now handle your business. It's time to stand in your square. And living in this wicked society under the umbrella and under the reign of the so-called white man has made not standing on righteousness easy for you blacks and Hispanics.
Not standing on business.
You're not standing on your father's business at all. And it's high time for you so-called blacks and Hispanics to wake up and start standing on your father's business, man. If y'all got any questions, y'all can put it in the chat. If not, that really concludes my lesson. So I'm gonna wait till a couple questions come through, if any come through. Right? And let me see. Let's see what Brian Christian sent me, y'all. If y'all got any questions, put it in the chat. And they never think about the sisters that wish they could have had children, but they can't. But they'll brag about killing in his face. Right, Romans 13:11. Now it's high time for you blacks Hispanics to wake up out of sleep, man. Because Lee says, now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Right? Right? Shoot, if that's it. If y'all ain't got no questions, man. All right. Well, this was your Truth Tuesday class. May I ask, what is the background of having a reader while you brothers teach? I always wondered. Wanda, great question. Is abortion? Yes, Omega, yes. Because the law is thou shalt not murder. Go to Nehemiah 8:8. Nehemiah 8:8 is the answer, sister. I can imagine the brothers in the old school reading this and it just inspiring them to go hit the corner for real. Like wanting to be like these mighty men right here. Read that in Nehemiah 8:8.
Con, it's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 8.
Well, read. Let me go to it. Read. Start at the top.
It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, starting in verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate.
So they gathered themselves in unison in front of, the chief place of concourse, essentially. Read.
And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. And,
Right.
Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Mattithiah, and Shema, and Ananiah, and Arijah.
Skip to verse 5.
Verse 5. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God, and all the people answered, Amen, Amen.
Go to verse 8.
Verse 8. So they read in the book of the law of God distinctly, and gave the sense.
Read.
And caused them to understand the reading. And Nehemiah, which is the Tershatha, and Ezra the priest of the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people, said unto all the people, this day is holy unto the Lord your God.
Boom. So this is they was reading. Then they kept tabernacles after this. But Ezra reading, Nehemiah breaking it down as well. Nehemiah breaking it down, Ezra breaking it down as well. So this is where that come from, that teaching, or where that you had men lined up to the left of Ezra, to the right. He's reading, and they giving the sense. They breaking it down, right? All praises, right? So the law of thou shalt not kill is really thou shalt not do no murder, basically, and that will be murder, right? In East Tennessee, what's East Tennessee? What's East Tennessee?
Is that where Memphis is at? Maybe Memphis.
I think that's the west.
East. I know Zakari's up there.
Is that Memphis? That can't even.
I'm not sure.
Salaki, I think we got a brother in Tennessee, correct? Memphis.
We got a brother in Memphis. We have a brother in Memphis, but if we do not have any brothers in East Tennessee, you can be our brother in East Tennessee, right? So go ahead and send us an email. In the subject line, put you want to join the prospect phase. If that's something that you would like to do, and join the camp and become our brother in East Tennessee. All right. With that, we are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It's our prayer and heart's desire for Israel that they might be saved. Hey, join us next Tuesday. Go ahead and tune in to our Thursday class this week and our Friday class, right? And our Saturday morning class. Y'all tune into our classes throughout the week. We love y'all, family. Shalom.
It's the chef.
Baby. I was born in 85, but I'm like 97 big. Bad boy, ready to die, but now I prefer to live. Was ready to take a life, but now I prefer to give. Bring a cease to my sins, keep the faith for my kids. Francis in the flesh, I'm back here. Homie, get out my chair. I'm back live, baptized, rap guys. With the laws of Moses, graced by Jesus. Cherry red M3s, how I display fruits to the masses. Over their heads like bad passes. The potter made me clay like cashews. Still slicker than your average. Chefy Smalls keep it slaw like cabbage. Breaking down the walls like the law spelled backwards. No episode, no theatrics. Killing everything you in. No Patrick, shit's graphic. Who touching the kid like sick Catholics? Chef Rita Savage, flows classic.
I think my music is being so well received because it's just some real shit, you know. It ain't like I said, it ain't no gimmicks behind this shit, you know. I'm just a nigga that live in Brooklyn that get busy, you know what I'm saying? The shit I be talking about don't be no bullshit. There be some shit that I've been through. I mean, I'm not trying to be no role model to nobody. I'm not trying to tell nobody what's right and what's wrong because I live my life doing wrong. All I can say is if you just listen to my shit and you be like, damn, nigga been through some hard shit. And if you think about getting involved in it, think twice, you know. I'm just somebody.